We're going to go through the notes right now for Diablo 4's Season 1, Season of the Malignant. I'm very, very excited about this season. So we got a full-on developer stream. They also talked about Diablo Immortal in this, but we ain't focused on that, right? So let's go through these notes. So Season of the Malignant, which you can see right here, looking very, very sexy, begins July 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern. The big thing we know going into it, there is a seasonal like story. It takes place narratively after the main campaign, so you're gonna want to get through the main campaign in the game so you can fully get the context of what's happening in the seasonal journey. And every season is supposed to have its own seasonal quest line, seasonal story, seasonal boss, all that stuff. There's a new threat, the Malignant, which is like a corruption that's affecting all enemies in Sanctuary. So it doesn't sound like there's like a new enemy faction per se. It's basically like some sort of darkness thing that's spreading in Sanctuary that is corrupting all of the characters, or all the enemies and humans and demons and goatmen and all that. It's causing like a weird evolution of sorts, kind of like a zombie sort of thing. So that's what we're dealing with. And you begin the new storyline right at level 1. So again, this is why I've been saying this is what's awesome about the seasonal reset thing, is that we all begin the story at the same point in time. So when the season begins, everybody's level 1. So here is the big seasonal mechanic. And I mentioned this earlier that I was like a little, not like disappointed, but it just wasn't like wow for me, but it is what it is. The seasonal mechanic is the threat, which is basically when you encounter any elite monster, there is a chance for it to be malignant. When you kill it, it spawns a malignant heart that when you pick up or whatever, it spawns new monsters. And eventually this drops a caged heart that can be slotted into gear with crazy, insane effects. So this is basically the big sort of new wrinkle to the gameplay, which is these new socketed items that do more than what gems did. This is the big new seasonal mechanic. The Malignant mechanics will not carry over to the Eternal Realm, but it's possible. It's possible for them too. They just kind of made it seem like this is kind of a game-breaking thing that we only want to keep within the season, and we don't want to bring it over to the current Eternal Realm with gems and all that, because they really haven't designed for it to be something that's brought over to the current main game. But again, future seasons will introduce future mechanics that will carry over to the main game. So items have different types of heart slots. Hearts of a certain type, which are colored based, must be socketed into gear slots matching that color. So you'll be able to see like, okay, I have a piece of gear. If I socket it, boom, it will have this color on it. So I have to put that type of heart into it, whether it be like a blue heart into a blue socket. Malignant tunnels are new dungeons with a concentrated level of malignants, so you'll want to farm those if you're trying to get more caged hearts. Now this is a big detail here. New unique items and new legendary items will be introduced in both the seasonal and eternal realm. They did mention that the game will patch on July 18th. The season won't begin until July 20th, but all the changes like to the overall game content, like the patch, new items, and some balance changes will take effect on the 18th. And so those new uniques and legendary items will be dropping in the Eternal Realm before they drop in the seasonal realm. A seasonal journey progression includes crafting, side quests, dungeons, cellars, everything. The seasonal journey is basically like what you're going to be progressing in the season. Let's actually take a look at that really quickly here. Your big objective sort of guide through the season. Your big sort of objective guide through the season. This is what's going to direct you through the gameplay alongside leveling. Seasonal journey progression, again, includes crafting, side quests, dungeon cellars. So there's a mix of different pieces of content that you will be able to do to progress your seasonal journey. So Battle Pass is not required to complete the seasonal journey. It's completely optional. It does have a free track that does include cosmetic items, which is awesome. And it includes something else we'll talk about in just a second, but it is not required to complete the seasonal journey. It's completely optional. The whole point of it is to just give you more stuff. Also, no seasonal journey battle pass if you're playing in the Eternal Realm. Are the cosmetics actually cool, though? Let's take a look at them. Boom. So horse armor, actual character armor. They also mentioned, again, some of these are free items that will actually be on the free track of the battle pass. The paid track of the battle pass is exclusively cosmetics, emotes, cosmetic armor, all of that. The big bonus that comes with the free track, we'll talk about in a second, but that is not paid. There's no pay to get this X thing. The battle pass is progressed via favor, which is gained via quest, killing monsters, and completing the seasonal journey objective. So that's actually how you progress the battle pass. And again, the battle pass is not progressed on the Eternal Realm. So if you're playing your main character on the Eternal Realm, it's not gonna progress the battle pass in the seasonal characters, okay? 27 free tiers, including the Smoldering Ashes, which can be purchased. Seasonal Blessings. So seasonal blessings are basically buffs like gold, elixir boost, XP boost, all of that will persist throughout the season. And you can choose which you want to buff. Okay, this is big. And this is why I would say we're going to talk about this at the end, but actually I'll bring it up here now. Your season 1 prep to get ready for the seasons. This is very important. Complete the campaign, clear your altars of Lilith, and complete your renowned. And the reason why is because of this. All the fog of war will be cleared for your seasonal map based on your eternal map, okay? All the fog of war, basically your map, is based on everything you've done in the Eternal Realm currently. This also includes all of your renown and altars of Lilith, so make sure that you complete those. Complete your altars of Lilith, complete your renown to get all the bonuses so your season 1 character can begin absolutely buff the hell out. I like seasonal blessing system. Do wish it was a bit deeper to invest in, but it looks cool. Yeah, I'm down for this too. They didn't say like how much of this can you get all of the tiers like unlocked, or do you actually have to make a determination of like, I'm going to invest in this one or that one? There are levels to this as well. So if I want to put 4 levels into salvage materials, 4 levels into elixir duration, like I can make that choice. And I'm curious to see if you will have enough to get level 4 on everything, or if you'll actually have to make a determination as far as what you want to actively invest in. Obviously, I'm assuming a lot of people are going to pour a lot of this into the XP buffs, right? This and the gold. These are huge. When season 1 begins, log in with your main character to ensure all of your progress is carried over into the seasonal realm. This will register it to your account. This was kind of funky. So they made mention of the fact that basically the idea of renown and altars of Lilith being carrying over from the Eternal Realm was kind of a last minute thing. This was kind of a last minute decision. So in order to get that to work, you have to make sure that when the season begins, you log into your main account or any of your main characters that you created now, that you've progressed any map stuff, renown stuff, Lilith stuff, and then start your season 1 character to ensure that all of that stuff from the Eternal Realm carries over into the seasonal realm. So that's why, again, season 1 prep. Get as much of this done as you can before the season. Definitely complete the campaign. Definitely try to complete as much of the renown as possible, because you're getting all the Paragon points, skill points, all of that, and the altars of Lilith for extra Paragon points, extra stats, and all that. Last but not least, a couple little notes from the Q&A part of this session. They are working on reworking things with the respec system. So skill trees, Paragon boards, gold, making it easier to respec. I felt like they made it seem like maybe it's possible. Maybe I'm just reaching here. Maybe it's possible to have multi-specs. This is something I've seen in MMOs where you have the ability to just click over in your UI to spec to like a second spec, where you don't have to go the process of doing everything. Like you just hit a button and boom, if you want to be, let's say you like an MMO, like you want to be a tank, I'll be a tank. Hit this button, now my DPS build or whatever. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. I don't know how much of a mold breaking thing that is with ARPGs. It felt like they were kind of hinting at that, but I might be reaching there. They did say, though, with this, they are going to be introducing a new thing called the Scroll of Amnesia, which is going to be a reward coming with seasons that allows you to reset a character completely. Skill points, Paragon, in one clean poof. So if you're like, I want to destroy this build, I don't want to go through the time of refunding and doing this, that, and the other, you'll get a Scroll of Amnesia reward that you can use to completely reset your character in one shot in the event that you actually want to do that. The Malignant mechanics will not carry over to Eternal Realm. We talked about that earlier, but it's a possibility. It sounds like it won't be, but it's like if people really like it, they're going to try to find a way to do it, but that's kind of up in the air. But they did say that future seasons may and will bring things to the Eternal Realm immediately from that season if it's a mechanic that's something that they wanted to actually introduce to the main game. And again, I mentioned this earlier, a seasonal reset model designed to ensure new players never feel like they're behind players who've been playing since launch, so it keeps everyone on the same playing field. So again, with this, I've warmed up to this idea. I was a little bit on the fence about this earlier, but I like this idea that, hey, you can play a main character in the Eternal Realm forever and ever, but every single season you can start a fresh character with your friends and go through a brand new journey with new content. I actually like that. I've warmed up to that a lot. Lastly, stash space update to be determined. They gave no real clear details on this, but stash space is something that they're working on. Don't know if it's going to be included this season. Probably not. It sounds like not, which I'm a little bit concerned about, because then, like, with the seasonal character, will your stuff that you have stashed with your seasonal character be brought to the Eternal Realm? That's kind of a concern, but TBD on that. And lastly, seasons will be a minimum of 12 weeks apiece. Some seasons will be a little bit longer depending on how they fall on the calendar, but generally speaking, 3 months for a season at minimum before we roll over into the next season. So what do you guys think about this? I'm excited about this. Again, July 20th, 10 a.m. Eastern, the start of Season of the Malignant, the first season of Diablo 4. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited about seasons? What about the seasonal model? Do you not like? Do you like? Let me know, and I will see you next time.